Produces Rogers, meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and Jim Gardner.
It is Tuesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is a hectic evening for Philadelphia police. Officers are investigating multiple shootings across the city. 4 people were shot just before 5 at 60th and Race in West Philadelphia. There's no word on the condition of the victims. Another man is in critical condition after being shot in West Kensington. That incident happened on the 200 block of East Wishart Street at 4:30. And just after 4 this afternoon, a 31-year-old was shot dead on Ringgold Street in North Philadelphia. Police say the victim suffered gunshot wounds to the head. And then the search for 4 men who turned a theft spree into a shooting that landed a block captain in the hospital. Police today issued surveillance video from the night of August 17th in the unit block of West Pomona Street. The victim took a bullet to the chest.
Has appointed a team to oversee the country's monkeypox response. Robert Fenton with FEMA will be the coordinator with the CDC's Dr. Dimitri Daskalakis as the deputy. They'll coordinate the efforts of various federal agencies to test, vaccinations, and also treatment. There are now confirmed cases of this virus in every single state except for Montana and Wyoming.
Yeah, got to keep an eye on that. Kids head back to school before long, and some may be excited, while others are pretty nervous about going back. Experts urge parents to...
Still to come here on Action News at 5, a check of the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah, what 90 do you want? 91, 92? Oh, all right. A live look outside our AtTheShore.com camera giving us the fishing pier view here in Avalon. Not a bad place to be to get your toes into that ocean. Meteorologist Cecily Tynan has that AccuWeather 5-day when we come back. Well, a historic and quite remarkable discovery in South Jersey was unveiled today. Researchers announced that they have uncovered what's believed to be a mass grave of soldiers who fought in the Revolutionary War. They were found at the Red Bank Battlefield Park in National Park. A team from Rowan University, Gloucester County officials, and archaeologists believe the remains are of at least 13 Hessian soldiers who fought in the Battle of Red Bank in 1777. Hessian soldiers were German troops hired by the British to fight for them.
Our team worked respectfully, patiently, and methodically to document and remove these remains.
The remains have now been turned over to forensic anthropologists at the New Jersey State Police Forensic Unit. Researchers also uncovered musket balls, a rare gold guinea coin, and a knee buckle from the site.
Talkers now to the big talkers this afternoon, and we have spent quite a bit of time here showcasing the various and strange results of this wild real estate market we're in. Well, we finally found an upside. One major retailer is now offering a mass market solution to the soaring demand for affordable homes. But of course, there's a catch. We're talking tiny. Amazon is now offering a series of tiny house kits that can be ordered and delivered directly to you. This here is the modern 1-bedroom, a 20-foot long tiny home with a single bath and what they call fast install. This one will run you about $28,000. How about another one? The 20 by 14 foot farmhouse for sale for just $15,000. Of course, you'll have to add your own insulation, electricity, and plumbing, but it's a start. This one here is the 16 by 28 foot barn, also going for just north of $15,000. How about the model called the Claudia, 209 square feet, selling for just shy of $20,000. Of course, most of these are not designed to be lived in. They're described as ready-to-build sheds and pool houses, but people are getting smart about these, beefing up the structures with bathrooms and kitchens and insulation. Because if you can't yet afford a house with a backyard, Sarah, perhaps you can buy a backyard.
Yeah.
Just put a little house in it.
Yeah. It's like
it is absolutely a trend, the tiny house thing.
The tiny house thing, those are like, I was going to say, those are sheds.
They are definitely
or large doll houses.
Yes.
But everybody's looking for a solution,
no
right?
doubt, yeah.
And that brings us to this. Remember during lockdown when everybody started making homemade bread? The recipes were all over the internet. Now as inflation soars and food prices rise, there's a new social media trend, butter. It's not surprising when you consider that the price of butter and margarine has skyrocketed. According to our data journalism team, the price of butter increased nearly 3% just from May to June. The price of margarine soared nearly 7% from May to June. So now, People are making their own, and butter making tutorials are racking up tens of millions of views online.
Hi guys, I just wanted to show you all how I make my own deliciously creamy homemade Irish butter. I put a pint of Irish double cream into this great little churner from Kilner, UK.
So this is one of these highly viewed videos from food blogger Sherry Denham. It's gone viral with over 28 million views. She explains that all you need is a tub of cream. She found the handheld whisk produced the best results. Then following the TikTok trend, she washes the butter to remove the residual buttermilk frequently, over and over again, changing the water each time. She then says you can form your butter into whatever shape you choose. She sprinkles it with rock salt to complete her creation. Others who have tried it says it tastes significantly better than store-bought and costs less, much less to make. A stick of butter, $1. That's it. And it does, and they said it's highly gratifying.
Yeah.
They say highly gratifying to churn your own.
You'll be living in colonial times before you know. You'll be doing your laundry in the backyard. I don't know what to say.
In your tiny house.
That's it.
Action News continues with meteorologist Adam Joseph, Alicia Vinarelli, Jamie Apodi, Shari Williams, and Rick Williams.
Before the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next month, that hit ABC comedy Home Economics returning for a third season.
As the show celebrates its success, one of the young stars of the show now using her voice and platform to make life better for other children. Alicia's here now with more on Jordan's Joy.
This is an impressive young lady. 13-year-old Jordan Curette has been running this nonprofit since she was 4 years old, and she would have toy drives at her birthday parties. Well, as you mentioned, families going back to school shopping now. Jordan is now spreading extra joy to make sure that underprivileged kids are prepared for class, but also have some other things that make them smile and some extra life essentials too.
And we do book drives, toy drives, and we also help out people who, we just see on the streets. We have we have these blessing bags that we give out to people that we see are in need, and they have socks in them, they have just a toothbrush, they have a little bit of food, and just enough to live by for a good week.
Pretty amazing, right? Just 13 years old. Home Economics follows 3 siblings on all points of the financial spectrum. Jordan plays a child of the couple working to make ends meet. She says she was thrilled to find out that she'd be back as Shemaiah for a 3rd season.
I was literally stunned when we got season 3. I was like, yes, we got the green light. I'm so excited to be with my cast again, and I just can't wait to continue filming.
Home Economics returns to ABC this fall. If you want to help Jordan's Joy help kids in need, head to 6abc.com. Imagine, she's 13, she's been doing it since she's 4, 9 years running, and during the pandemic, she really stepped it up because she really saw the need.
Yeah.
Impressive, yeah.
Delivering. We love to see it. Alicia, thanks.
There's still much more to come on Action News.
Health Check is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com.
150 jugs of gasoline were removed from a home in West Philadelphia just last night. And then today, that same home caught on fire. 2 other homes were also damaged in the blaze. Police say the investigation on the 100 block of North 59th Street began late last night when that fuel was taken from the property. Just before 10 this morning, fire crews responding to that same home to put out the fire. Investigators say they want to speak with a man named Darren Arnold, who they questioned last night but later released. Earlier today, Arnold told Action News the home is owned by his family. This morning, our cameras captured him inside that property before the fire. Detectives now say they want to talk with him in connection with this case. Tonight, police searching for 3 people in connection with the shooting that left 2 men hurt in West Philadelphia. Officers responded to the 5200 block of Harlan Street just before 1:30 this afternoon. A 27-year-old and a 25-year-old were both shot several times. They were rushed to the hospital where they remain in critical condition. No word yet on what led to that shooting.
4 people, including an officer, were taken to the hospital after a crash between a police vehicle and another car. Officials say a Towamencin Township SUV hit the car just around 10 o'clock this morning on Valley Forge near Snyder Road. The 4 people who were taken to the hospital, though, are expected to be okay. This crash right now is still under.
In South Jersey, a bizarre sight. All eyes are on the Pennsauken Creek here. Take a look. because part of that waterway turned bright red today, leaving people who saw it completely puzzled. And tonight, we know a beverage facility in the area is to blame now for the colorful creek. Action News reporter Aliana Gomez working this story live for us now in Mount Laurel with the details. And Aliana, it's one of those stories where the pictures really tell the story.
Shari, Mount Laurel neighbors woke up today wondering what's in the water. Take a look. This is not a jar of juice. This is a water sample from their crimson-colored creek they found in their backyard. Take a look. You can see it right here. It's been a big mystery throughout the day, but we're finally finding out what's causing this.
This is not the Nile. This is my backyard.
Unbelievable. It's like, it's not the Red Sea, it's the Red Creek.
Neighbors in Mount Laurel, New Jersey woke up Tuesday morning stunned after discovering the south branch of the Pennsauken Creek that runs through their backyard had turned bright red overnight.
It could be a poison. It could be some kind of chemical. It could be anything. We have no idea.
Rocky McGuigan was brave enough to trudge through the mysterious water only to find a dead fish that left him very concerned about the creek's wildlife.
We have geese, ducks, deer, fox, turkeys, and it's just nice to see them have a place where they can have a little refuge.
After countless calls to the Department of Environmental Protection and local officials, the Evesham Township Municipal Utilities Authority revealed the source for the red color.
A local beverage manufacturer in one of our industrial parks had improperly discharged red dye into the wastewater treatment system.
The MUA won't reveal the name of the beverage company, but says the dye is not hazardous.
To get into our wastewater treatment system, it would have had to have been dumped into either, as you said, a toilet or some type of a drain that's attached to the sewer system.
Knowing the source is somewhat of a relief for Rocky and his dog Casey.
Big wait, be fair.
But he says they won't be cooling off in the creek until it's gone. And the MUA says that they will be testing the water to make sure that it's just red-colored dye and nothing hazardous, but they say that the water should clear, the redness that is, should clear from the creek within 24 to 48 hours. Reporting live in Mount Laurel, Aliana Gomez, Channel 6, Action News.
Stay ahead of the heat by downloading the 6ABC app. You'll find the latest forecast from our team of meteorologists, as well as any alerts and advisories impacting your neighborhood.
As a class action lawsuit over allegations of racism plays out at Sesame Place, another family now speaking out about a similar incident, but this at Chuck E. Cheese. Alicia knows more about this, and this also involves a character ignoring a small child.
Yeah, it does. This incident happened at a Chuck E. Cheese up in Wayne, New Jersey, where a mother says a character blatantly ignored her 2-year-old daughter who was there for a birthday party.
In the video, there were a bunch of Caucasian children who were there that were on stage that received the high five. My back child was the one to get ignored. And when she turned around, she just was excited to see him. She saw that he was giving all the other kids high fives, and she put her hand out. It was her turn, but he put his hand in and then down and act like he didn't see her.
Well, Mom says her little girl, Safa, was just left hanging there. Mom says she's only 2 years old, so she just kept trying.
That was actually my first time actually witnessing someone, ignore her or make her feel like she's invisible. Gave the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize when she said, "I'm sorry you feel that way." Was that the apology?
Well, later in a written statement, Chuck E. Cheese says it is saddened when a child has a, quote, less than perfect experience, adding, quote, "We want to thank the family who brought this to our attention and for giving the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize and address their concerns in person." So while they were there, they also arranged a photo op with the character. But by that time, as you can see, Mom says that little Safa was less than enthused. So really left a mark on that little girl.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens from this.
You will follow it.
Yeah, okay. Alicia, thanks.
Exclusive AccuWeather forecast, Cecily Tyner.
And Jim, it's a hot one. Heat wave number 4 began today. The Action Camp in Fairmont Park, hanging out with the Golden Girl, Joan of Arc, by the Museum of Art. Seeing mixture of clouds and sunshine today, and definitely a steamy one. So Sky 6, our City Hall camera, taking a look at the Splash Park in Dilworth Park, and this is going to be a very popular place because the next few days, a great idea to get in the water. If your kids are like, it's too hot to do everything, maybe put the sprinklers on, get out the slip and slide, especially on Thursday and Friday. This is when the combination of the temperature and the humidity will bump that heat index above 100 degrees.
degrees. So that's really going to be the peak of the heat wave. And because of that, we have a heat advisory posted for this time period for most of our viewing area. So tomorrow is going to be hot, but the humidity levels drop a bit. Thursday and Friday, it's hotter with the return of that oppressive humidity. Currently, Philadelphia at 92 degrees, down from our high of 93. Wilmington 91, Trenton 90. Cape May finally getting that sea breeze kicking in, 79, and Reading currently 90 degrees. So today was our 28th day in the 90s. The yearly average is 30. We're already almost to that, and typically August and September we add 10 more days, so we're going to be well above average as far as 90-degree days this year when all is said and done. Now, satellite radar showing right now it's dry. We did have a cluster of some downpours rolling through South Jersey. This is associated with a front that'll drop our humidity levels tomorrow. Tonight, though, it stays humid. It's tropical feeling. It's very warm. 74 degrees in Philadelphia, about 64 degrees for the suburbs. Tomorrow, wall-to-wall sunshine. It's sunny, it's hot, but the humidity starts to drop, especially in the afternoon. So it's dry heat. At 7 o'clock, 75. By 1 o'clock, 88. 4 o'clock, 91, reaching a high of 92 degrees. In Allentown tomorrow, about 89 degrees. Wilmington, 90. Trenton, 90. And if you are at the shore, it's going to feel a little bit better than today. You do have that sea breeze. Cape May and the boardwalk, 85 degrees. Thursday, though, is when it gets really uncomfortable. That heat index, the way it feels at 11 o'clock, already 96 degrees. And then through the afternoon, the heat indices will be climbing up into the triple digits. We do that again on Friday. And Friday, we have some late-day thunderstorms rolling in, and this likely will drop the temperature a tad on Saturday before we ramp it right back on Sunday. So the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast tomorrow. It's hot, but not that humid. 92 degrees. Thursday and Friday, oppressive temperatures in the upper 90s. Some evening thunderstorms on Friday. On Saturday, it's muggy with some scattered thunderstorms. We drop down to 89 degrees, so briefly out of the heat wave. But guess what? Heat wave number 5 begins on Sunday. I'll talk more about that on Action News tonight at 11. Jim?
Thank you, Cecily. A World War II.
Tonight, a paraglider safe after this terrifying experience. This happened in Spain. Look at that. Kevin Phillip became badly entangled last month while plummeting to the ground there. You can see him struggling to straighten out the lines. Amazingly, he was able to cut his rescue parachute open about 1 second before impact. Phillip landing without any injuries. Wow.
That just makes your heart rate go up watching it. We're glad he's all right. Let's talk sports and baseball for the Phillies. That deadline for making any trades quickly approaching.
Yeah, Jamie, what moves are the Phillies making?
Well, that deadline is about 15 minutes from now, guys. And if things stand, and it seems like it will, the Phillies will have made 2 moves today that aren't exactly earth-shattering. No, the Phillies acquired 24-year-old, very hairy center fielder Brandon Marsh from the Angels in exchange. Listen, that's how I describe him, right? In exchange for catcher Logan O'Hoppe. I mean, look at that. Logan O'Hoppe's regarded their top position player. Marsh only batting .226, but he's considered very good defensively. Great.
A day like this, you got the heat going out there. You're getting to some of the guys. The guys are getting fatigued. It's all about the energy you bring, and I feel like you truly have to be able to turn negative situations. If you look at the heat as a negative, if you let it impact you, turn it to a positive. So that's all from the mind. It's all about how you think about it, how you approach it, and the energy you bring. So we definitely battled today versus the defense. We competed, and we made each other better today. So that's what it's all about in the end.
More from camp coming up at 6. Listen, I guess I was a little silly today, but I don't know. I mean, it looked like, when you go through the car wash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're on it.
Did I nail it? I don't know what it's actually called, though.
Yeah.
Jamie.
We're not offended.
What the Eagles do.
I've been keeping an eye on that graphic in the bottom right hand of the screen. It said 91 when we started the newscast. It's up to 93 already.
That's hot, right?
Yeah. The Greyhound bus terminal in Philadelphia could soon be relocated, and it's all because of that proposed Sixers arena. We have the details for you ahead at 5:30.
And we have some tips on how to help your kids tackle that back-to-school anxiety.
It is Thursday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is a shooting at a gathering right after a funeral this afternoon in Ardmore, Delaware County.
Well, time now for the Action News traffic report. Thursday afternoon, Mobile 6 showing how things are moving, or in this case, not moving, on the boulevard southbound headed toward the Schuylkill Expressway. Slow going here at the 4 o'clock hour.
A lot of brake lights in that view right now. Matt Pellman live in the traffic center with an update on how things are progressing elsewhere. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, through that work zone there, we got the new northbound traffic pattern yesterday, but even with that, it's slow in both directions pretty much all the time through that work zone on the Boulevard extension. Also, plenty slow here this afternoon, Brian and Sarah. We're watching the remnants of a crash on the eastbound side of the Vine Expressway, 676 by Broad Street. They're preparing. In fact, there we go. Right now, they're going to tow out one of the vehicles as we watch live. Looks like the accident's clearing here on the Vine eastbound by Broad Street. So long. See you later. The problem is the damage is already done. We are parked coming away from the Schuylkill on the eastbound side of the Vine, heading toward that now earlier accident seen by Broad Street. And the delays spill back onto the Schuylkill itself, really impacting the eastbound travel time. 52 minutes. That should be about a 13-minute ride to get eastbound from the Blue Route into the Vine, so severely delayed because of that now earlier Vine accident. 95 southbound, busy here, entering the work zone by Common Avenue. Northbound, if you're heading toward the Phil's game early, it's locked up from past the airport through this point at Broad Street. Right up ahead, there's an accident on the shoulder attracting some attention, but that's not where the delay ends. It continues up to the Walt Whitman Bridge, across the bridge into Jersey, onto 42 southbound, the whole way down to 55. Some people getting a jump on the weekend and heading down the shore, I believe. We'll check it again, Brian and Sarah, in the next half hour.
Some lucky folks. Okay, Matt, thank you. It's still ahead here on...
Cecily tied in with the AccuWeather forecast when we continue in just a moment.
Turnpike, you need to prepare to be paying more money come next year. Happening today, the Turnpike Commission approved a 5% toll increase for all EasyPass and toll by plate customers. That new rate will take effect on January 8th. The common toll for EasyPass customer will go from $170 to $180 and from $4.10 to $4.40 for toll by plate customers. The commission says that increase is necessary to meet their financial obligations. Time now for a check of the Action News traffic report. That is a live look there from Mobile 6 along the Pennsylvania
Fair. It's taking place right now at the Wells Fargo Center. Job seekers are getting a chance to meet with hiring managers during this event face-to-face on the spot. The arena is looking to fill more than 400 positions in several departments, including guest services, operations, and the security department. The job fair, it's running until 7 o'clock tonight.
People living in the city's Strawberry Mansion neighborhood will have access to more health resources right in their community. The Philadelphia Health Department celebrating the completion.
Finally at 4 is sponsored by Patriot Home Care. If you're becoming a caretaker, Patriot Home Care will help you apply for excellent pay and great benefits. Call today.
Okay, finally at 4, it is one of Pennsylvania's oldest craft beers, and after closing its doors just before the pandemic, it is finally making a comeback to the region.
When we closed, it was sad, and at the time, I didn't think it was possible, but, anything's possible.
After 30 years in the business and distributing to 20 states, Carol Stout stopped brewing in 2020. The company is now pairing up with Evil Genius Brewing, bringing back some of their most popular beverages on tap. Now, the Fishtown-based brewery says it's been looking at Stout's recipes, getting the same ingredients that, of course, Carol would use, and even testing them out. The goal is to get their most popular seasonal brew, Oktoberfest, on tap this month.
Carol was the first female brewer since Prohibition, and so having the brand go away just didn't make a lot of sense to us.
It's exciting because I miss a lot of my former colleagues, and I miss the beers, and even though I'm getting older, the beers can live on forever.
Ms. Stout says because of the ongoing pandemic, this is a comeback that she never thought was possible. They also expect to get the Oktoberfest brew into cans next year, and then also bring back Stout's overall best-selling brew, Gold Lager, later this year. But how cool would it be to be a taste tester?
Yeah, okay, sign us up.
Not me, but
you got some cool. Right, okay.
For joining us for Action News at 10, 2.5 Men is next, followed by Seinfeld. Now for Sherry Williams, Melissa McGee, and Jeff Skversky, I'm Walter Perez. Have a good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.